Hey, chosen family, we're back. I know that first half was it was pretty deep. It was heavy duty. Yes, it is. And I understand, trust me, I truly get that, people, especially you younger generation, how you ain't trying to hear it, the way the world is unfolded today, but it's a honest truth. And you want to walk around saying you chosen, there comes things that, are attached to that. In order to be chosen, the objective here to attain getting into 5D and escaping the matrix and getting out of 3D, your brain needs to be detoxified. Your body needs to be cleansed. And SEX is a great, huge part of that because every time you have SEX, like we said and you heard in the first video, it does some different changes to your body, emotionally, physically. And many of us, I know, listen, many of us walk around with this, I can control it, I'm not addicted to it, da-da-da-da-da. But many people can't say that. You get emotionally attached or whatever it has may be. But, a part of it was for me, I had less problems when I wasn't active. Because when I was active in that, it came along with, the relationship problems and what's he doing, where's he at, who's he with, da-da-da-da-da. And then vice versa for me too. I couldn't be bothered with all that drama. I did not like it. I did not want it. So it just, it's meant for married life, like they say. And I know people don't like hearing that, but think about this. Even married couples that are obedient to the Most High, they know, like a pastor that has a wife, he would shut that off and not engage in none of that when he's prepping for a service. You know what I'm saying? And, certain people in their relationships, like I said, even football players, boxers, they're married. They know during that time they're not going to engage. They leave it alone. So is it a thing? If you're married, of course, that's what you do. You put it on the back burner because it's not that important. Expressing love in other ways is more important. But anyway, let me not talk again through the whole video. Let's get to the rest of this segment. But anyway, let's go on and finish this up. Okay, here we go. Keep watching.
You think it's just lustful thoughts out of nowhere? Just normal dreams that feel too vivid? Just random old flings hitting you up again? No. Those are spiritual operations. Coordinated attacks from demonic entities. Incubus and succubus spirits don't come for the rebellious. They come for the righteous, for the ones who decided to shut every door and light a fire instead. Have you ever noticed how the warfare increases right after you make the decision to stay pure? The dreams get darker. The temptation gets stronger. Even your own body feels like it's betraying you. That's not just biology. That's warfare. Because sexual purity is more than abstinence. It's possession of sacred power. And demons don't attack what isn't dangerous. They want your energy. They want your focus. They want your fire. Because if you ever learn how to contain it and not leak it, you won't just resist hell. You'll outrank it. But the enemy has one final card to play. One last tactic to twist your strength into a curse. And most chosen ones fall for it without even knowing. Don't blink. Because what I'm about to reveal might just expose the trap you've been sleeping in. They laugh at celibacy. Call it weakness. Call it fear. Call it repression. But that's only because they don't understand warrior discipline. This generation celebrates indulgence. Follow your feelings. Do what feels good. Live your truth. But what if your feelings are a trap? What if pleasure isn't the destination, but the distraction? The world wants you drunk on dopamine, numb to conviction, addicted to escape. But chosen ones, we are not raised in comfort. We are forged in consecration. Celibacy is not hiding. It's training. It's what a soldier does in silence while the rest of the world is partying. It's what a king does in the wilderness before wearing a crown. It's what David did with sheep before facing Goliath. You think you're missing out? You're being built up. Because when you abstain, you're not suppressing desire. You're redirecting it. You're taking your hunger and offering it on the altar. You're telling God, not my will, not my timing, not my flesh, but yours. And in return, he gives you authority, not just to say no to sin, but to command atmospheres, to discern spirits, to break generational curses with a whisper. There is power hidden in the quiet of self-denial. The kind of power that can't be bought. The kind that makes demons nervous before you even open your mouth. Because when you've mastered your own body, nothing else owns you. And here's what the world will never tell you. Celibacy isn't the absence of intimacy. It's the presence of alignment. And once you're aligned with heaven, you become a walking weapon. But even weapons need direction. Even fire needs focus. And in the next few seconds, you're about to discover what truly happens when that fire stops burning in secret and starts igniting destiny in public. Hell doesn't fear your looks. Hell doesn't fear your money. Hell doesn't even fear your talent. Hell fears your focus. Because when a chosen one stops chasing flesh and starts chasing fire, real power awakens. No more fog. No more confusion. No more back and forth with sin. When the noise of desire dies, the voice of God gets louder. When distractions fall away, divine instructions rise up. That's when your prayers shift from survival to strategy. Your worship turns from routine to revelation. Your walk goes from lukewarm to lethal. The devil doesn't fear your muscles. He fears your consecration. Because a consecrated chosen one doesn't react. They command. They don't beg God for scraps. They enforce heaven's will on earth. And that kind of focus? It comes when lust is no longer the lens you see through. It comes when the fire inside burns hotter than anything outside. It comes when you realize that purity isn't the end goal. Purpose is. You weren't born to blend in. You weren't born to scroll endlessly through temptation. You were born to see clearly, to move precisely, to strike spiritually. That's why the war for your focus is so intense. Because the enemy knows, if you ever get locked in, if you ever fully align, if you ever stop falling for counterfeit connections, you become unshakable, undeniable, unstoppable. And right now you're closer than you think, because the final key, the one that ties all of this together, is not just about celibacy. It's about what happens after. What happens when a chosen one becomes fully awakened. And what I'm about to tell you next could mark the beginning of the most powerful chapter of your life. Chosen one. This wasn't just a video. This was a divine reminder. Your celibacy isn't a loss. It's a signal to heaven and a threat to hell. When you stopped giving your body to sin, you didn't lose power. You unlocked it. You stepped out of the cycle. You broke the pattern. You silenced the seduction. And now, you walk not just as a believer, but as a warrior with clear vision, unshakable focus, and heaven's fire in your bones. Demons don't tremble at noise. They tremble at purity, at discipline, at consecration. So hear this like a prophetic decree. You are not soft. You are not weak. You are set apart. And the warfare you've endured, it's proof of your calling. The world won't understand. But heaven has already marked you. So stay pure, stay sharp, stay dangerous to darkness.
All right, now, my divine messengers and holy watcher chosen ones. Yeah, it's getting heavy, this video, but you know what? It's really unlocking your potential and telling you the truth, and whether you choose to accept it or not is totally up to you. I just want to provide the information because a lot of these videos are not telling you the truth, and that is the truth. That's one big part of everything, and once you do it, it's really not that big a deal. It's so you can get completely and totally into your inner self. And part of this, if your partner doesn't understand, you might want to reconsider who you're with, because they should understand this too, or want to do it with you. Let's go on to part 3, okay? See you in the next one.